it's Missy, and today is June 1st, so I will be doing my May wrap-up today. And because I participated in both the marathon readathon, which was in the first week of May, and then I participated in the bout of books, which was in the second week of May, I have already done many reviews on all the books that I have read for those, so I'm just going to show you the covers, and then I will have my mini reviews for the books that I've read in the last week and a half. So first of all, I did start this month off with A World After by Susan E. This is the sequel to Angel Fall. Also, I will be linking those videos with these mini reviews down in the comments down below. Or, you know, the doodad thing. Next, I read Fever by Lauren DeStefano. This is the sequel to, what's it called? Wither, which is this is the Chemical Garden trilogy, and I really liked it. I also read the sequel to Vampire Academy, which was Frostbite by Rochelle Mead. I can't wait to read the rest of the series. It was so good. And then I read Scorch by Gina D'Amico, and this is the sequel to Croak. So those are the first 4 books that I read the first week of May. Next, during the bout of books, I read Dorian Gray, or The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde, and then this Edgington guy, and then this Culber dude. The dude. And so, mainly during the second week of May, because of the major fires that we had in San Diego and how I was evacuated, I pretty much just read all graphic novels. So we will continue with the graphic novels. This one is Lock and Key, and this one is from Joe Hill and Gabriel Rodriguez. This is the first book in a graphic novel series that they wrote together. I'm not sure how many volumes there are, but this one is really good and gory. And again, the video is down below if you want to check out those. Next, I read Pride and Prejudice. This is obviously by Jane Austen, but, you know, retold through Marvel, and really pretty pictures. I loved it, and I really, really love Pride and Prejudice, so that was exciting to read it again in graphic novel form. I also read Alice in the Country of Hearts. This is volume 3. This is the ending of this Alice series, and it was kind of disappointing at the end, but what can you do? It was good overall. I also read Paul Moves Out by Michael Rabagliati, and this was kind of like a I want to say mundane book, but it was just, you know, the dude's life and just like a little snippet of how he was during that time. Next, I read The Amulet of Samarkand, and this was about magicians, and that boy on the cover is an apprentice. Next is Vampire Loves. This is by Johann Starr, or not Johann, Joanne. I hate that they have like the sticker. The sticker just covers, thanks library, the author's name. But yeah, it's Joanne. Joanne Sfar. Joanne Sfar. A vampire graphic novel. It was cute. And the last 2 graphic novels, this one was Gunner Craig Court by Thomas Seidel. This is volume 1. Again, like in my video, I'm really sad that we don't, or that the library doesn't carry the rest of this series, because I really liked the drawings and I thought that the plot and the storyline was really cool. Alright, the last graphic novel that I read this month was Taller Tales by Vertigo? No. Willingham and McManus. Anyways, this is the Sandman series, I guess. And like I said at the beginning, or I was kind of showing you guys the pictures during the bout of books wrap up, but they were like not old fashioned, what am I trying to say? They're like comic book style. So they're, you know, little tiny pictures that were being drawn. And overall, I think I gave this I want to say a 3 out of 5. It was, I don't know. I mean, I liked the fact that it was about dreams and the characters of dreams, but the stories were kind of lame, and so that's why I didn't really enjoy the book itself. Alright, these are the last couple books that I read this month, and I started with, where is it? Yay! I finally finished Hollow City by Ransom Riggs. This is the sequel to Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, and I loved the sequel, and I'm so mad that we have to wait for a third book, because who knows when that will be. The ending was, it was so good. It was so good and scary, and the book was just like, they're on this adventure, you know, and they meet new characters, and the enemy is growing bigger and stronger, and the kids are just trying to stay afloat and like figure out what they have to do now, and it's just scary at times, and I was really worried that they were gonna get caught, and then the ending. Oh, the ending. Let me know how you guys thought about this book, whoever did read it. It was good. It was so good. And the pictures were so good. And these boys are really creepy in the book. And I just really liked it. And then after I read Hollow City, I knew I had to hurry up and read a couple more sequels, because it was sequel month, and I really wanted to finish a lot more books because my TBR list for May was really big, and if I didn't have those fires, I probably would have been able to read more of the sequels that I wanted to. Like, for instance, I have Unhinged here and Girl of Nightmares. I wasn't able to get to those. I didn't finish Zombie Glass, which is another sequel, or Red Glove, or what was the other one? There was another one that I didn't get to finish, so I think I missed out on like 5 extra sequels that I wanted to read, but I got a lot of graphic novels done. Anyway, so the next sequel that I read is Magic Study. This is the sequel to Poison Study, and oh, Yelena and Valak. They are so cute. I love them. And Marina V. Schneider is like, she is one of a new favorite. She's a new favorite of mine. I flew through Poison Study. I super duper enjoyed it. And it was such a quick read. I read it in a day. And it was just so action-packed, and I mean, not like there was lots of fighting scenes, it was just on the go. Like, Yelena was always on the move doing something productive, and it just kept the story going and going and going, and then you're at the end and you're like, oh no, I want to read what happens next. And so I picked up Magic Study, and again, it flew by. I again read this entire book in a day. It is 392 pages, so almost 400 pages, and really it felt like I read 200, maybe less, just because it's so easy to read and follow along, and it's just action-packed. It's action-packed, and I absolutely loved it, and I can't wait to get Fire Study. Fire Study is next, and I think eventually I'm gonna have to buy these books, because I definitely would read these again. The last book that I read, or I'm sorry, okay, I listened to 2 audiobooks this month, and I will, you know, put the pictures here. It won't be on the screen, but you'll see them. I read Cress by Marissa Meyer, and I loved it. The 3rd book in the Lunar Chronicles series. I can't wait to hear what the 4th book is going to be about. I think I've, you know, some people have talked about it, but...
Be quiet. If you guys haven't lived in an apartment before, and you can refrain from doing so, I would, because apartment living is terrible. Anyways.
Cress, the third book in the Lunar Chronicle series. It was so enjoyable to read. I mean, I wasn't able to actually physically read it because when I had it, it was due right away, and so I had to give it back, and it's such a huge book. But listening to it on audio was amazing, and I am so happy I listened to it. It was such a good story. There's three like different storylines that intertwine and then again come together at the end of the book. All the characters are on their own at times, and they're trying to get through whatever the dilemmas that they have. I loved Cress. I don't want to give anything away, but she's super, super smart, and what she can do and her abilities will help the group along in the end, and I think that it's going to be really good. And then the other book that I listened to on audio was
Cakes. The night... I can't do it. Night of Puppets and Cakes. Or Cakes and Puppets. Night of Cakes and Puppets. Puppets and Cakes. It's 2.5. It is the story that you read after Daughter of Smoke and Bone and Blood and Starlight. What is wrong with me today? I might have to do this over again. I feel very sleepy for some reason. Daughter of Smoke and Bone. Days of Blood and Starlight. Thank you. All right.
So the next audiobook that I listened to this month was Night of Puppets and Cakes, and that is a novella that comes after Days of Blood and Starlight by Laini Taylor. It was so cute. If you like Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy by Laini Taylor, if you like it and you like Mick and Susanna, please listen to the audio. I mean, you can read it, of course, but listening to it and listening to their accents, it's so cute, and it's like so cute. I told you, I like lovey-dovey stuff every once in a while, and this was just 98 pages of beautiful lovey-dovey, and it was so sweet. It's their first meeting and their first kiss and how they met, and it was just delicious to read, and I loved it. I also forgot to mention that I read Destroy Me by Tahereh Mafi. That's the novella that comes after Shatter Me, and hopefully this month, along with the arcs that I do, I'll be able to read the next two books and then Fraction Me at the end. This one was in Warner's point of view, and I agree with lots of people that said that Warner is a stalker, because he totally is. I can understand why Warner is obsessed with Juliet, but at the same time, it's kind of a unhealthy obsession, and I don't know. I have to obviously read more of the book. So I still am on the fence if I'm going to be liking Warner or Adam. At this point, I don't really like either of them. And I think they both want something from Juliet in their own way, and I think Juliet should ditch them both. How's that? Where'd the book go? The last book I read in May is Love Letters to the Dead. Everybody, what is this? Everybody has been reading this book, and I'm on the fence on it. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars because of, I want to say that, not the contents, but I don't know. The letters themselves are good. I liked the story. I liked the way it was written. I liked that the letters flowed well between each letter. There was no hesitation in reading it. So as soon as one letter ended and you went to the next letter. Sometimes it was a different celebrity, sometimes it wasn't, but it flowed well. So even though they were letters, you still read the entire thing as if it was a story and they were just new chapters. So in that aspect, it was really good. I liked listening to the different facts of these different celebrities. A lot of the celebrities that were talked about are obviously known to me, but their background is not. I like Nirvana, but I'm not like a huge fan. I didn't really listen to his music. I love the Doors, but not as a fangirl kind of way. Like, I liked listening to his music in high school, but it wasn't like I had his posters on my wall or anything. So I know about these people, but I don't know in-depth things. And so this book shared a lot of information with its readers, which was very interesting. The thing that I didn't like was the whininess, I guess. In my review on Goodreads, I said that I was like May. I'm 3 years older than my sister, and instead of me being the one that was the party animal and the one who went out and met boys, it was my sister who did that kind of stuff. And so I cannot relate to Laurel or May. And so it was hard for me to feel something for Laurel. At the end, when she was talking about her sister, I understood that part because I love my sister, and so that was sad. But the feels of it, like the frustrations that she was going through, I couldn't relate. And I don't know. I don't like reading about girls who don't speak up, because I am one of those women that are frank and to the point, and if I don't like something, I will say it. If something is wrong, I'm going to talk about it. And so just reading about girls who are afraid to speak up, or I just get so angry that I don't want to continue reading about these kinds of situations. And so it was kind of hard for me to get into. But overall, I think that this author is really good. There's a couple quotes that I had put down on Goodreads that I really enjoyed. One of them was about just fear, and I guess I don't need to hold the book anymore. It was about fear, Laurel asks one of her friends, she goes, "Is it true that we need to save people?" And, her friend says, when I told you that that's something that you should do, I was lying. He basically said that you can't save somebody unless they want to be saved. And sometimes the person that needs to be saved is the enemy. And the only way that they can find help is if they, do it themselves. And so that was pretty powerful, and that made a lot of sense, because if you don't want to fix something, then it's not going to happen, regardless of how many people love you or try to influence you in a certain way to be better or worse. If you don't, you are in control of yourself. And so that's what I took from the book, that, you need to be in control of yourself. You will do what you want to do and what you need to do on your own time. And so that I enjoyed about the book. So that was it. I had read, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I read 18 books this month, if you want to count my graphic novels as books. That was it, my friends. Sorry the lighting is getting worse and worse. I could only tape at this time of night, and so it's like 7:30. But I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.